I am the Beetle, and this is Football 101, and we are back for a special new season 2025, and we're kicking off the preseason of the Miami Dolphins after their preseason tie with the Chicago Bears. Yes, I am back. We are back. This is your host, the Beetle, a former DB back in the day playing college football, but an avid admirer and just an old school admirer, fan of the Miami Dolphins way back when they won the Super Bowl in 1973. And I was, yes, that's right. I go way back, y'all. So, yes, why am I shouting? The enthusiasm is over the top. I've been waiting to do this show. It's going to be a short show. It's not going to be a long show, but I'm going to dive deep in what I've heard already from all the prognosticators, from all the so-called fans. I'm going to give you my scoop, my insider scoop, as a former player of football, not professional by any stretch of the imagination, but my perspective as a high school college player on my Miami Dolphins 2025. So let's get down to business right now. Let's get down to business right now. How you feeling? How's everyone feeling? It's time for a coffee break in the morning. Yes, I have a coffee break in the morning. And let me just do a little pub on, I get most of my information from Athlon Sports. I also get it from Lindy Sports, by the way. They didn't have Lindy Sports magazine, but I use the Athlon. They doing a good job, by the way. I've been impressed. I've been very impressed by Athlon Sports, and so that's my little backdrop on what's happening in the NFL. But now I'm going to give you my quick take. These shows are not going to be long because I'm a Dolphins fan. I know you're down to business. I don't do all the, the whining and all the complaining, what you see. Let me just set the stage for my shows and for Dolphins 2025. I look for the positivity. That's right. I look for the positivity in our Miami Dolphins. This is not a whine and complain show. Hello, I need to set that out. This is not a whine and complain show. So many folks out there, and I'm going to throw a little shade your way when I see it, and I'm pulling up all the YouTube followers, the shows that you do, which I really like. And let me just give a quick shout out to CBS Miami and their host Mike Kunga. And Baptist Health. Let me just say a shout out to Baptist Health that sponsors Miami Dolphins shows. I'm just going to say, dig a little deeper in some of your reporting. That's all I'm going to say. Don't take the low hanging fruit and just investigate, certain things that are just media friendly, or not media. They're not media friendly. They just go on different tangents. This show is about positivity, looking at the skills, looking at the philosophy, making this team better, showing how this team is ready to elevate to the next level. And it all starts with head coach Mike McDaniel. Let me just say right up front, I've always been impressed by Coach Mike McDaniel. Yeah, he's in a tough year, and I really appreciate how he has maneuvered this team up to this point in time with all the off the field, on the field activities. But when you break it down, Mike McDaniel's philosophy is so deep. It's so skill level. And his team now, what is it, year four, year four, something like that. His record is 28-23 with the team. He still is a new head coach. Offensive coordinator right now is Frank Smith, and defensive coordinator Anthony Weaver. With everything that happened last year, and you can look at my show from end of last year, the reasons why, what they suffer from. One of the things I appreciate what they got in the offseason was a backup quarterback, Zach Wilson. And I'm going to highlight Zach Wilson a little bit later, but I've been very impressed by Zach Wilson when he was at even the New York Jets and then at Denver. Now they have a true veteran backup quarterback uh, behind Tua. And I'll get to Tua in just a second, but I've always been impressed by Mike McDaniel's philosophy. He's a former track guy. He's about timing, perfecting. And when you listen to him, he has this scheme that he's trying to get the right players to fit his scheme offensively and defensively. And the scheme is it's fast paced, it's methodical, it's streamlined, it's efficient, it's fast twitch. This is another level of professional football. The high skill players, and he's crafted it to the Miami environment, the hot environment. He want track stars. He want lean, skilled athletes. So I'm right up front, I appreciate Mike McDaniel's philosophy, even though he gets a lot of criticism, undue criticism. He's a first-time head coach. Please. And guess what? Yeah, the intensity will be on him again this year, but I still like the way he's approached, the way he started the this year, his first press conference. He talks about, let me just quickly highlight the players that he talked about in his major first press conference. He talked about Jaelan Phillips, defense linebacker with his natural ability for pass rushing and close contact, his bending, his philosophy, his football IQ. He's setting the edge. We know Jaelan Phillips has gone through a lot of injuries, but I really like how he talked about Jaelan Phillips and really giving him props. And by the way, I saw Jaelan Phillips' press conference as well when he came off the one of the practices. Jaelan Phillips is just a down-to-earth brother, and watch out for Jaelan Phillips this year. He's ready. He's hungry. He's a team player, but he's working on his craft. As long as he avoids injury, he is going to break out as a super edge rusher. So watch out for Jaelan Phillips. I really like his attitude, his professional attitude to the game, his professional attitude to his team, and to the organization. He's a professional NFL player that really fits our Dolphins scheme. Also let me talk about Mike Daniels highlighted Larry Bourne. He needed more reps. He's going to get more reps. He's fit. His technique is masterful. Also, Coach McDaniel said, "Oh, their defensive back." He had a question about defensive back. He said, "There's a lot of competition there." He really likes the tenacity of the team, but the competition amongst the DBs and the safeties is really intense. He also said he was pleased. This is just the first week. Pleased with the collective culture of the old line. As you know, they're trying to beef up the old line, and I'm so glad that they drafted Kenneth Grant from Michigan. He's a defensive tackle, but Jonah, Savelison? I can't pronounce his last name, but the player from Arizona, and also, that's what I mean. Larry Bourne. He's coming with an attitude. I mentioned him, but see, I'm switching right now. He was highlighted by Jaelan Phillips as well. So the offensive line is a big issue, still a big issue. They need to beef up, but he likes where they're going. Okay, now then let me just say also, after his press conference after the first preseason game after the Dolphins, and what I gathered from there, he really likes the way this team responded to this first preseason game. He said the players were engaged. The players were professional. The players were supportive of what was happening on the field. He can feel a different energy. And again, that's what he said. He loved his coaching, the philosophy, uh, and he tests the team. He said this is not going to be a perfection during preseason. He's testing the team, and that's what I'd like as a head coach. He said, I'm not going to give them all the information. What I'm going to do, I'm going to give them the philosophy, but he's testing the team, and that's what I like about head coach Mike McDonald. Excuse me. But when I also saw, let me just say, Tua. Thank you, Tua. I saw his press conference last week on August 3rd. He was very positive, calm, more assured. I like his new hairstyle, his braid look, and Tua. I'm supporting you 100%, brother. Tua is maturing to the next level. He understands he has to get reps himself. He understands it's how to keep this offense flowing, and he needs to stay healthy. But his attitude last week and right after the preseason game against Chicago was spot on. I really like the way they have approached this season, particularly right now, just after game number one and all the flack that he's already receiving. But they only and on this preseason game, let me just say preseason game, they only went 1-2 series, and they didn't make the touchdown. That's what it have to work on. Coach admitted, McDaniel admitted, 2A admitted it. And so they need to work on those short yardage, and so that's an area that they need to work on, no doubt. And what happened also, unfortunately, we know that their top running back, one of their top running backs, got injured. Madison, he's out. Short yardage. Madison was out. Here we go. The latest update. I just got it yesterday. Madison is out for the year, and I really like Alexander Madison, but unfortunately, he has going to have to need neck surgery. So they need to tighten up short yardage, no doubt. The red zone, coach admitted. But they had a 16-play drive. There you go, 16-play yard drive against the Bears on the first series. Very good. And McDaniel said, this is not a finished product, y'all. This is what preseason is all about. Working out the kinks. Getting yourself in situations so you can finish and score when the season starts. So that's my message right there. I love what I'm seeing. I'm loving what I'm seeing on the field. And I really like how this team is molding together, even with Tyreek Hill. I didn't even mention him until now at the end. Tyreek is going to be Tyreek. Come on. He's going to complain. He's going to get a lot of attention. But come on. Stop going to certain players all the time. And Tyreek is maturing to another level. And he even said, I need to tighten up as a professional. And you can see Tyreek got a new hairstyle too. So I look at all the intangibles with my Miami Dolphins. And the Miami Dolphins with head coach Mike McDaniel are progressing to the next level. And I'm not going to make no predictions about their about their outcome. They're solid. I like to see progression. At this first part of the season, I see progression. This is training camp. This is what happens in training camp. You get the players together. You get your minds. You test things on the field. And then when you do these preseason games, and you have to be very selective where you're going to play the starters or not. And most of the times you don't play the starters because injuries are a reality. But I like where the 2025 Miami Dolphins are starting from right now. On August 12th. Yeah, it's just August 12th, y'all. This is a long season. So get behind our Miami Dolphins because they are ready for the season. And I am ready. The Beetle is ready for this Miami Dolphin NFL season. Let's do this.
The Beetle on Football One-on-One.